Hello and welcome everyone back to the Powder Toy, and today I have something very exciting for you. Last time I showed off the fact that I added Radon to the Powder Toy, my first mod. Well, I decided to make a super weapon next, because what else would I do? There's this really old Minecraft mod called the Gray Goo mod, which the concept is based off of this, this science fiction concept of a nano robot that replicates itself out of any matter, right? It slowly turns everything into this gray goo. And there was a great Minecraft mod made out of it, and I figured it would be perfect for this game. So first off, we have gray goo, which will eat the universe. So let me show off what that does. We put some gray goo down, and there's a few properties to it that make it special. First off, it kind of floats around. I wanted it to be kind of like pollen. After it eats something, it can float and hit other things, do a bit of damage. And it will actually go ahead, and over time, it will eat everything. It will just continue eating, and look, it got thrown out because it's light. It's eating the International Space Station now. I think a few little particles of gray goo may actually hit the moon and cause some damage there. But as you can see, it's eating the Earth. Now, you may be saying, where is it getting the energy for this? Ah, good question. So, I actually made it so that the heat of the goo will determine the speed at which it replicates. So you can actually stop it or even contain it using the cool tool or a liquid nitrogen setup. If you can get it down to super cold temperatures, it will actually cease spreading and allow you to have a chance to stop it. Alternatively, if you get it hot enough, you can actually kill it. So I'll show you. If we get some thermite and liberally apply thermite to the surface, and before it gets eaten by the gray goo, set it on fire. It may seem kind of counterproductive because we're heating it up, which means it'll spread faster, so killing it is challenging. You have to kind of do a balance, but as you can see, there's patches of it that are dying and turning into broken metal instead of the gray goo. I don't know exactly how you would directly kill it after it's already gotten this far, but if we just very quickly heat it to like insane levels, there we go, we have killed it. We have to sacrifice half of the planet, but I mean, at the end of the day, oh nope, there's still some growing over here and here. Is that better? Yes, we saved part of the planet. Everything's going to be okay. So you may be asking, Spike, I also saw something else over there. What is Argu? So, gray goo is a whole lot of fun, but I figured that I'd make something that's a little bit more violent because fun. It's also less laggy because it destroys itself. So red goo will eat the universe and it'll it'll eradicate it. I'll show you what I mean by that. So let's put a little bit of red goo on the moon actually to start. Oh, it's just gonna float away. Let's get it a little bit better. There we go. So the red goo will actually eat the moon, and as you can see, it combusts it as well, which causes pressure, causing it to fly everywhere. It's a lot more brutal. Now, on a small thing like the moon, we only get a little bit of fire and destruction, right? I mean, it's still pretty brutal. It just ate the entire moon. But let's see what happens when a few particles of this inevitably fall onto Earth. Or don't. Alright, I guess I'll just do this manually then. Oh wait, no, we may have one coming in. No? Okay. Red goo on the Earth. Let's see what happens. Very quickly going to move through that ocean, and here comes the destruction. Now, I don't want to brag or anything, but I think this is legitimately the most violent element ever added to the powder toy. It is literally eating through the Earth like it's absolutely nothing. Look at it go. Oh, you thought Virus was cool? Yeah, Virus is nothing compared to what my red goo can do. My red goo can turn anything to ash. I was testing earlier with the Bunker City map just to see what kind of damage I could do to the Bunker City. It doesn't stand a chance, just because there is really no way, since it's not in the game, nobody has really designed anything to defend against it. So even if we started out, let's say in this bunker area, let's say something goes wrong with this experiment over here and gray goo gets released, we'll just watch how quickly the city gets messed up by it. I mean, at this point, you could technically contain it, and I will show you guys how to contain it. I will also go ahead and I need to figure out if I'm allowed to distribute my my modified client personally, so I'll figure that out. If so, in my next video, I'll probably have a download link to this so that you can do this on your own. Right now I'm tired because I've been programming, so... But here we go, we've got our gray goo, and it's slowly eating through this bunker. It's still not too late to stop it. It could be frozen or burned to death. I mean, it can be stopped, technically. Technically it can be stopped, but it would be very challenging at this point. Very, very challenging. The gray goo is a lot less aggressive than the red goo. It's a little bit laggier as well because the amount of parts just keeps going up and up and up and up and up. And here it goes. It's made it to the top of the bunker, and now it's going to start doing some real damage. Look at it go. There is no slowing that down. Holy moly. Once it broke in, it's just the amount of damage it does is insane. It's absolutely insane, and there's no stopping it once it gets to this point. You'd have to build like an entire freezing chamber, or you'd have to go literal... I'm not even sure if I could knock it out with a nuclear bomb. We'll try. We'll see if I can knock... Oh, you know what? Localized protons hitting it may be able to kill it because the heat would be transferred through it pretty effectively. But that would also hurt the rest of the map. No, I think a nuclear bomb would probably be the best bet way to take care of this. But it's going to try to eat the nuclear bomb before the nuclear bomb can do any damage. So, like, what do you do? Actually, that killed quite a bit of it. I won't lie, that may have actually slowed down the whole gray goo process. Look at it ripping through. You can actually see the gray goo dying as the plasma smacks into it because it turns into molten metal. But the gray goo is still traveling faster than our lava wall, so I don't think we can kill all of it. It's extremely challenging. That's the point I'm trying to make. This is the doomsday material. Once it has been unleashed, your chances of survival are incredibly slim. Incredibly slim. It only takes a single particle to start the process again. Now, I am planning to add a few more types of goo that will fight each other. And one of the questions you may have is what happens if red goo and gray goo meet each other, and I will show that off in just a minute after I show you what red goo does. Oh, actually, let's put it in the same spot. If red goo had leaked from this spot, I've actually not done this test before, but I'm going to assume it'll be a whole lot more catastrophic. I mean, we can already see the fire going off. Now, the code behind this is actually kind of fun. The whole exploding thing was originally meant to be a lag prevention feature, and then I realized that turning it into fire is just more fun than disabling it. So, as you can see, the bunker is being ripped through, slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, and the red goo is even harder to stop than the gray goo because it propels itself. The heat and pressure caused by the fire just causes it to fly between gaps. Yeah, like it's going to hit that helicopter. Like, there's nothing that can really escape the red goo. You'd have to very specifically design things in order to survive the goos, which is great because I enjoy the destruction. I won't lie, it's fun. I mean, there's some particles that do survive, which if you compare it to like a proton bomb, the proton bomb will not usually leave particles like this. It'll just be sludge at the bottom. But there will also be sludge at the bottom. With the red goo attack, there is no sludge at the bottom. It is just dissolved. Dissolved into literally pretty much nothing. Nothingness. These last few particles are trying to eat the rest of this building, but it may actually survive. Look at that. We have oh, never mind. It threw some back. Nope. Okay, we do have a surviving few rooms over here. So congratulations to those people. They survived the red goo. All right. So now you may ask, what happens if the red goo and gray goo meet? That's a good question. I never actually programmed in behavior for it, but I can make some assumptions. I have tried putting them on top of each other and nothing exciting happens. They just both stop. But if I put them both on the same feeding ground, I am curious what'll happen. Let's go ahead and we'll put gray goo on this side, put red goo on this side, and let's just see what happens. So they're both eating into the planet at a pretty similar rate because the temperature is the same. They both go based off of temperature. And then if we give it just a little bit of time, you can see the gray goo keeps the mass there. The red goo just dissolves it entirely. And it looks like the red goo actually just hit the moon as well. And now the red goo is going faster than the gray goo, even though it seems to be the other way around initially. And now they're going to meet. And this section where they meet, that's the interesting part. I really don't know what'll happen. Oh, they collide. I think the red goo is just going to eat the gray goo and dissolve it. Yeah, they both got absolutely destroyed. There's basically nothing left in the entire map. Like, that's pretty crazy. Tell me another element that can do that. So, with the introduction of red goo and gray goo, you may be curious. You may be curious as to how to contain this safely. Let's say you want to build a lab or something, or do something with it. I have no clue what you would want to do with it, but maybe I'll add things you can do with it in the future. If we go ahead and make a new simulation here, let's go ahead and put down some titanium. And then we're going to go ahead and get freeze powder. We're going to go ahead and let this cool down really, really, really low. Let's let this go all the way down as far as we can go. We have ambient heat on, so we want to get the ambient heat in this location down, like way down. I can't really modify that by hand, but what I'll do is I'll put ice here just so that I can get the ambient heat down, because we need it to be low. Low, baby, low. There we go. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to get our red goo, because I mean that's the fun one. Okay, we immediately have an issue. We gotta cool it down. Don't forget to cool it down. Okay, and it's stable. It's at negative 273 degrees, and it is actually stable. Now you may be curious what'll happen if it heats up a little bit. So to test that theory, what we will do is we will go ahead and we will get a rapid heat conductor, and we will connect it to a burning boy full of coal. Actually, I can make that much more attractive. Like me. Haha, get it? Because I'm not. Good jokes with Spike. Alright, let's go ahead and get our coal. And pour it in here, and then let's go ahead and get the heat transfer started. Okay, so we're definitely getting some heat in here. Actually, we have to let the exhaust out. Forgot about that. Burning things does actually create exhaust. Okay, no, I want titanium. Give me titanium. There we go. Alright. Great, and now we have an exhaust, which means that this should function. This is burning, it's getting all hot and stuff. It's actually quite cold because it's fighting. This is fighting. And it's fighting hard. I may actually need some more. I mean, this is heating up. This is heating up. Oh, there we go. So it hit negative 200. So if you go 50 above absolute zero, it will begin moving again. And you can see that it is now beginning to break through. Now, we could rescue the day by doing that, and I think it'll be able to recover in time. Yeah. So it didn't quite leak, but you can see some activity. There was some activity there for a moment, so if we had let it go just a little bit further, we could have had an absolute leak situation, and an absolute leak situation is bad for your health, and everyone's health, because what it's going to do is it's going to eat the frizz powder, and when that happens, the amount of temperature that the frizz can handle decreases. And so it gets more violent. But it looks like it actually ate off the heat pipe, so it may have actually healed itself and saved its... Oh, maybe not. It's jumping. Look at it jump. Interesting. Very, very interesting. We could probably miniaturize this. Let's say if we had like a city, we could make an underground secret bunker where we're testing. Where we're testing on this stuff. Let's say the government is being all government-like and doing shady and dangerous things in the background. You know, like governments do. Definitely not the Vooperian government, though. We would never. Let's go ahead and get our frizz. Is that gonna leak out? No. Okay, fantastic. Great, and I'll put it here too. Just let the temperature get really, really low. This is actually poorly designed because we can actually leak that heat out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get some insulation, and we're gonna go ahead. Do you like the way I said insulation? I think it was very exciting. Like, that is my game show voice, and I only use it when I'm talking about insulation. Very nice. There we go. We've made a containment unit. This is basically SCP now. Someone quickly throw a number on this. Wait, we've got a new SCP, the red goo. And now watch this. Look, if I put this red goo... Oh, okay, it's growing because I forgot to actually decrease its temperature. Whee! There we go. It's completely safe. The only thing that could possibly do any damage to this is terrorist attacks. Damn terrorist attacks. Like if someone dropped a bomb in the middle of the city. Wow, no, it held up. Good. We're safe, even though this super dangerous stuff is under the ground. We are completely safe, unless a terrorist attack again. Oh, no, we're still fine. See, everyone's fear-mongering. Actually, it was the construction crews who came in afterwards because they needed to put the foundation of a new building in, because of, you know, they needed to repair the city. Oh, this is... And then they hit this weird box, and they're like, oh, what the heck is this? They asked their boss, and they're like, oh, I'll ask the town. The town was like, let's figure out what the heck this weird thing is. Let's build a little cordon it off, and let's figure out what was buried here. And little do they know, it was actually buried there by the CIA, and everyone forgot about it. And then, for some reason, Tony is playing with the flamethrower again, and he accidentally sets the insulation layer on fire. Damn Tony. And I mean, that's not the end of the world, because it's still cold. But he kept playing with this flamethrower, and that caused the temperature to go up a little bit. It's still cold, but they notice they want to dig in a little bit further because they're curious. What is this weird stuff? Interesting. So they open it up and they go, there's another layer of titanium, and it says, do not open on it. Like, oh, that's cool. Tony, do you have some thermite so we can open this container and see what's inside of it? Like, yeah, why not? So they do it. They open it, and then they realize something's wrong because the ground is crumbling and everything is shaking. And then it starts spewing fire out, and buildings start collapsing around their feet. And then the entire city is on fire, within like 30 seconds. A massive mushroom cloud is thrown into the air. There's just a crater left. And now they're like, oh, it's over. Okay, that could have been bad, but it's not over because the particles start raining down again on both sides. And the particles just begin eating through the city. Like like it's nothing at all. They just eat through it, never stopping. Never stopping. And that's what I've created. I have created hell on earth, the most dangerous particle to ever be unleashed on the powder toy. Nothing can in any way survive this. Do you know how mean I am? I am so mean as a person that I made it so that this material can break through diamond. Nothing can stop the goo. You are not safe. You never have been safe. It was all a lie. And I will see you all next time. Peace out. If you have ideas for elements in the comments below, please let me know. I want to know your element ideas. Please. And I will see you all next time. Wow, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, you should let me know what you want me to mod next in the comments below. And like, and subscribe, and possibly even support me on Patreon. It takes a little bit of time to set up these videos, and I hope you guys appreciate them when they come out. Yeah, that's basically it. I'm pretty happy. Everything's working. I was a little bit afraid that my modding wouldn't work out, but it did. Props to knowing how to program. See you all next time. Bye.